everybody, we made it. We're live. We did it. We're here. It's been a whole month. Happy to see you. Um, Hope everybody had a decent holiday and still having a good holiday. I had a cold, like, uh, but we're here. We're queer. We're playing some Avatar. We're just gonna jump into it because we're running a few minutes late. So Arnica, just start us off with introductions. Do you have awkward questions? What's happening?
All right. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm 375 potatoes in a trench coat
A
disguised as
trench
Arnica.
coat.
See, you see, this is where we are.
There's a whole cat.
I'm not gonna, I'm never gonna tell people not to take a medication, but I will say if your neurologist ever says Kepro, be like, are you sure? Let's talk about this. Trench cat.
Trench cat.
Sure.
Hey,
Uh, I'm I'm gonna be your GM tonight, so this is gonna be an adventure for all of us. Speaking of adventures, if if you and your character found yourself on a ridiculous, outrageous fairy tale style adventure, what do you think is the moral you'd learn at the end of it?
The moral.
oh Lord.
That's what that's what you get. Do 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 do. I'm gonna ask Casey. Do, 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 do.
This
Casey's
is
playing.
this is my punishment.
It is.
Hello, I'm Casey, and I play Lo Fong, our fun little ball of joy and happiness in the party. Obviously, um, let's see if. Oh man, what would be the moral we learned at the end of it? I can think of things we'd learned, but not a whole lot of them would probably be all that moral.
It doesn't have to be a good moral.
Yeah. I guess the moral that we would learn is just say no. I'm just gonna go with that.
Just
Just
say
say no.
no. No is a complete sentence, not a negotiation.
You know what? That's great. I'm here for that. I don't know what in the Hansel and Gretel happened to the two of you, but I'm here for this. What a strong moralistic lesson. Just say no.
Just say
Are
no.
you, Obi? What about you?
All right, hello everyone. I am Shinobi, but today I will be playing Kim Ji-woon, and in our high-flying, barn-burning, bar-hopping fairy tale adventure, the final critical takeaway is fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
A cab.
That is all.
Let's go.
That's I would pay fucking $12 for a ticket and then $14 for a popcorn and then another $8 for a small soda just to see that movie. That's great. I'm here
Shame.
for it. Hi, Mare.
Mhm.
How you
Hi.
doing?
Hi. I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am playing your lovely little boy who's not really a boy, Wong, our Fire Nation kid. I'm also tired. Hi.
Hmm.
And then sorry, the I was text my godfather texted me when you said the message. What is the moral of your story at the very end for my character? Is that what it is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Basically? Okay.
Yes.
Um, don't be a fucking coward.
Okay.
My
Oh,
brain is farting, but
I
that's what I
love
got.
this. No, just understand that that means that you like in the Wizard of Oz, and I'm here for that. You and Wong just turn around. You had the courage all along.
Well,
This is great. What? See, isn't this a great question? We're having a wonderful time, aren't we, Val?
I am having a great time. I don't know what the rest of you. Hey everyone, my name is Val. I'm an any all kind of person. I play Kayam, our little psychic waterbender, who is a he they kind of person. As far as the moral of their story, like if it's like this story, I think the moral of this story, man, he's going through it right now, is seek therapy. Why?
Always a strong lesson to learn.
Yeah, seek therapy, because he's sex, drugs, and rock and roll is not therapy, but he's gonna try to make it therapy.
Those are coping mechanisms.
yeah. That that's coping mechanisms are not therapy. That is the
Moral of the story.
the moral of his story.
Yes.
So, hey everyone, if you want us to live out these morals, just as a reminder, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies gives rerolls to a player. If you subscribe to the channel, you can give us a +1 on one of our rolls. And if you just want to make shit happen, you can just donate money. It's a sliding scale of how much money you want to donate. Like, for example, if you wanted to, I don't know, have a turtle duck shit on Kim Ji-woon's head, that's probably like $2. If you want, if you want us to completely quit this stream, however, and never see our faces with this particular game again, because I can't promise other ones, it's like $10,000. And to be fair, we're still gonna play. We're just not gonna do it in front of all of you.
We're gonna record it and post it to YouTube later.
Yeah. We won't be live ever again because we'll be paid. Well, each of us like $2K. That's 1 month's rent for most of us. Some of us, I don't know, kind of thing. We'll be good to go.
I'm on Section 8. I could get if I add in an extra $100, I could get 3 months rent out of that. 3 months
Nice.
rent, and
There
me
you
and
go.
my potatoes and my French cat will go
It's
sit the
true.
fuck down.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's us. That's what we do here. And now, and just kind of a reminder, we are playing a game based on a children's show, but it's also a children's show based on war and genocide, and there is a lot of that happening in this world right now. Just to let you know, we are being careful with the way that we word things. We're being safe with each other, and I want everyone else to be safe in chat. So if anything becomes a little bit too triggering for you, please take care of yourself and come back when things aren't so intense. That being said, now I'm done. I'll finish my coffee. Arnica, take us away.
All right. So I would normally this is where I do the recap. This is where I, take us back through the emotions. I set us up. But nah, this is a dramatic episode. This is one of those two-parters in season 2. This is one of the ones that lets you know season 2 is getting real. So we just immediately, from the credits, smash cut into a cold open. Y'all, you're at the stables. You've got this, out cold, drunk. He's told you kind of figured out what's going on, but why don't we go ahead and do that thing where we recap for the audience, where you just say the thing that you said last episode, but in a slightly different way.
I don't remember what I said, Casey, but basically for Kayam and Kim Ji-woon, oh my God, you don't have your Zoom name as your name, and I'm blanking on your name, Casey.
Lo Fong.
Lo Fong. Can you
Fix your
please
Zoom
change
name.
your Zoom name?
Yes.
But basically for Kayam and Kim Ji-woon's reference, Lo Fong and Wong have this out cold drunk dude slung between their two shoulders as we walk into the stable. That's the smash cut.
Like the door of the stable just being kicked open by Lo Fong while y'all are both holding him up.
Yeah.
I see it.
He's dead weight.
Yeah, I see it.
No.
Oh wow, somebody. Y'all partied without me?
No.
He dead. Doesn't look like
He's
he's
not-
breathing.
He's not
He's-
dead.
He's breathing. Neither of us killed him. I promise he passed out on his own.
Yeah, his heart's still fine. He's just got a little bit of the what is the local drink in alcoholic beverage?
I mean, there's a couple, but what he has, quite frankly, is a case of the rot guts. Like he's
Mm.
drinking whatever he can get his hands on. It's nasty.
Oh man, oh he's got no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. Yep. Okay. You know how like when the bar has like a tray table to just dumps all their leftover alcohol in? That's what he drank.
Yeah, it literally is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why did you bring him here?
This is the guy who put the cement in the well, but is also the guy who also tipped them off that the Fire Nation were coming.
How do you know?
He told us.
Okay. And you believe him?
Well, that's why he's here, because we couldn't get anything else out of him before he literally just conked out.
Mm.
All right, you know what?
Yeah.
Who feels super lucky?
Ah,
I do. I feel
I am
lucky.
always the epitome of
Oh,
luck.
Okay, go ahead. Give me some.
Lobong, roll me 1d6 and tell me what you roll.
All right. Let's
go.
see here. It's a 4.
All right. So, good news, bad news.
Oh, no.
If you had rolled a 1 or a 2, this man would have stayed unconscious for a while longer.
Mhm.
If you had rolled a 5 or a 6, he would have awoken and let y'all know that he needed a bucket. But you, friend, you rolled a 4. So he does not awaken coherent enough to let you know he needs a bucket. This man that y'all are holding up is just kind of turned towards you, and he is just, ooh, oh, it's ever.
Oh,
He's just so sick.
That smells. I just let him go so he could puke at his own.
To be fair, it smells exactly the same coming out as it smelled going in. Like it's that
Oh, I'm
kind
sure.
of liquor.
Yeah, but now it's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's out.
See.
Yep.
Akim is very slightly used to rougher sorts. He can understand drinking so much that you're vomiting, but he knows a little something about alcohol. He smells what's coming out of that man. The fact that he put it in at all. I'm judging him for that. That's not acceptable.
I think
Honestly,
we're
it
all
brings-
judging this man.
Oh, very, very much so.
To be fair, everyone should be judging this man. This is
Aw,
sometimes nah.
Bong, this brings up fond memories of us being tied together against a post.
Why does this remind you of us being tied against a post?
Because I did
Yeah,
that to
he
your
threw up
grandfather.
too.
Oh my god.
That's how I saved our lives.
Yeah, you projectile vomiting hot water in my grandfather's face.
Oh, it was also stomach acid.
I don't say a word, and I will hand my water skin to the and probably also incredibly dehydrated man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should probably have
Like-
salt.
He just kind of he does one of these. He waits and he wobbles back and forth. He's got one hand on the ground. He's got his head down. He's counting to 5. He's not sure. He's trying to swallow, but he's trying to figure out if he's gonna make it. You don't know if he's okay. You gotta give him a minute. He's good. He very shakily takes the water skin and takes a very small sip. And then a slightly bigger one. All sip. And then he looks up at all of you. And his eyes really focus on Kim Ji-woon.
Oh.
And he looks back and forth between Kim Ji-woon and Wong and Kim Ji-woon. And you see him wonder if he can get his feet under him and make a break for it. In fact, I almost never get to roll. I'm gonna roll. I don't know
Wait,
if
the
he
GM
can do it
can roll?
either.
Can he
No,
push
but
his
I'm
luck?
going to.
Can he push his luck? Is that what's happening right now?
It's a 4. So here's what happens. He does get his feet under him. He makes a scrambling dash through the mess. He is not coordinated. He makes it an entire 3 feet perhaps before he just goes over on his side and just lays there looking at the door. He does not look at y'all. He just looks out the door towards the desert. He was trying to scramble towards the desert, and he just continues to look out there, and he goes, "We'll do it then."
Whatever you think we're going to do is probably not going to happen. So, what do you think we're going to do to you?
I mean, if it was just you, I could have bought the deserter story, but it's you and it's him and you're just traveling with that kind of class. He's not an officer. Nah. Just do it then.
Oh
And
my
he
god. We're not
just-
going to do anything to you except ask you some freaking questions. I don't have the patience for this. Maybe someone more palatable to a palatable personality should be talking to this man because I don't have the patience right now.
Kim
And I
Ji-
kind of look over at Kayam.
There's like a moment where like I'm looking at you and you're like, oh, that's right. The rest of you were really bad at people. Okay.
Yeah.
Kim is like currently in the process of trying to find some kind of something to put on this man because sooner or later he's gonna have to get out of those clothes and that's
Yeah.
that's not acceptable anymore. You're gonna have to take that off.
Okay, so in front of this man, right, there is a melon that just floats in front of him, and he's upside down, so he has like a frown, right? And it just kind of bounces, and you just hear Kayam in the background. Hey there, buddy, don't worry. We'll turn that frown, and the melon switches upside down.
Hi. This is a terrible idea. Like, now, I don't know if I'm the only one at this table who has had alcohol poisoning more than once. My 20s, where I was not kind to myself in my 20s. I was interesting in my 20s, as opposed to smart. You can be smart or interesting, but you're probably not going to be both until you hit about 25 and you learn some balance, like the Avatar.
Fair.
Uh,
I was unfortunately a little smart until before I came interesting.
oh yeah, no.
I was absolutely not interesting, but I was smart.
So I'm gonna let you know right now that the bouncing motion of that melon combined with the spinning, this man is feeling the rotation of the earth, and both ears are feeling them in like at a third of a second's difference. He's clinging to the earth so that he doesn't fall up, and that melon smells like at some point one of those liquors was made of melon
Oh
at some
no.
point. So all he smells is that, and he just looks at the melon and once again just wow.
Except this time, I am a waterbender, and that's what throw up is made of.
I thought you said you were going to limit this to once per episode.
This is the episode.
Oh, you're right. Poop was the other episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just like, nope. And it just like stops, and I just like let it go outside the window, away from.
I like how you let Lo Fong get vomited on, but not not yourself.
Well, no, to be
Nice.
fair, I
Not the
didn't know.
melon.
I wasn't prepared at that time. Um,
No one
I
was
was
prepared. It
as
was
a health profession, as a soon to be health professional. I learned from my mistakes and saw the tails. So, I was like, there, buddy. As you can see, I would not. You see, if we were terrible people and we wanted to hurt you, you saw that water bending that I just did with your spews. I could have just put it back in you. So, see, we're fine. Like, my name's
I would've been-
Kayam. Like, that there's Wong, that there's Lo Fong. They're not related. And that is, that's Mako.
His head just turns very slowly, and like you can see him like struggling, like actually like just physically struggling before he finally just looks away.
I mean, yeah, that's the name you chose for yourself, if I remember correctly. Like, and we're just some weird little guys, from multiple nations that are, we heard you did a really nice thing. We did some really nice things too. So, we're on the same side.
Also, if you'd be dead by now if we really wanted to kill you.
Oh, yeah, like, all of us here are capable. Like, even if you were sober, there'd be no way you could. I say that I've been with these fellas for, what, a month now? Yeah, like a month or something, and they're just straight up ruthless killers. But only to those who deserve it, and clearly, you don't. So, and the reason why is because I think we're on the same side here.
I want y'all know that all of that was too complicated. This man feels the rotation of the earth in both ears, not
Okay.
at the same speed. He's holding on to the dirt so he doesn't fall up. He heard ruthless killers. He heard that you could put his vomit back inside him. And he heard a very common, like, Fire Nation, low class thug ass name. So all
Kind
he
of
knows is that he was totally correct. Y'all are here to kill him.
seeing that blank, slightly fear-stricken look in his head. I just kind of put my hands over my head again. We are not going to hurt you. We heard that you said you tipped off the Air Nation folks that were here, and we just want information so we
But-
could spread the word that everyone.
You know what? Our new friend, you can tell us after you take a nap. Let's go. We'll go and get your nice little hay bed made for you. We'll lay you down on your side, make sure you don't roll over, and we'll make sure that there's a little salty surprise. I mean, soup next to you to sip on, because water's not enough. We'll have some broth for you. And then in the morning, when you are probably feeling much worse than you are now, but not dead, then we can talk, okay? How's that sound?
I'm sure the old man has also shed some fur that would be very comfortable to sleep on.
And he is freshly cleaned. He's got that bubblegum cologne on.
Oh no, he doesn't. That's terrible. Thank God they don't have that. That's not real in Avatar Land. Oh, I wish it
know.
weren't here in Leanne Land. So I mean, so my dude passed out about halfway through your monologue. He just He couldn't make it. He had done as much consciousness as he could do again. Man is sick. So y'all have the opportunity to do a couple things. You could indeed put him on his side in some hay and continue to wait here until he wakes up. Or technically, he'd still be on his side on the back of the old man as you're on your way. You could just put him on the bison and leave.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah,
gonna
I
lie.
do too. Yeah, agreed.
Maybe we change his clothes and give him a hose down first and a
Yeah,
bucket.
probably.
Because
Yeah.
if he pukes again, the
Mm.
last thing we want is that sticking to the old man.
You are correct.
The old man bellows. He agrees. It is a low roar and a snort and a yeah, he knows. You better hose that man down. He took a bath, now give that thing a bath too. This man does not Chaim does in fact manage to, water bin some water. You kind of separated you siphoned it good enough. It's the left. Okay, all y'all really have is what's left over from where you clean the old man, but it's still cleaner than this man is currently. So it's
I
not
can
great,
separate particles
but
from each other.
you cleaned it, you water bended, cleaned it. It's good enough. Like I wouldn't drink it, but it's good enough to wash somebody. It's not like you putting it all in. It's not like, he's drinking it. It's fine.
I'm gonna go
So-
have to extract some produce later, but we'll be good to go.
So y'all give him a scrub up. You throw him in, you grab a shirt from Lo Fong so that you have a little bit of extra sleeve on it. It's too wide, but the sleeves are long enough. You grab, he's lost so much weight. So you grab some pants from Kayam because Kayam is so fucking thin. But Kayam is also much taller than this man, so they're rolled up like 4 times at his ankles. And he just is limp through all of this as y'all get him cleaned up, get him on the back of the bison. The bison takes off. This man is just out through it all. It is a solid 6 hours before he moves.
Man, I'm really glad I told that innkeeper that we already had a place to stay. He wanted me to perform, and I am, I'm not in the mood to be
Yeah.
someone's entertainment right now.
All right. Well, where would we have headed? Because we've gone 6 hours somewhere.
Bossing say.
Probably towards
Yeah.
Ba Sing Se.
Y'all have
Yeah.
been heading across
Yeah.
the desert for the last 6 hours. You are headed towards Ba Sing Se.
But to get here, like, the old man purposely detoured us. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
He knows there's a stop off. It was a good rest stop. Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good rest stop. That was a place where bisons could get fed, watered, everything. But he also recognized that it was empty, that it had been abandoned, and he knows that the next rest stop is in Ba Sing Se.
Yep.
So he's head down. The worst of the storm passed while y'all were way off on the other side. He can just head straight through. So he's been headed straight through. Bison can sleep while they fly. He doesn't need to. It's just been 6 hours and you can, on the very edge of the horizon, you can see perhaps like a smidge of hazy green. Within an hour or two, y'all will be able to see the edge of the proper Earth Kingdom again. You're almost out of the desert.
Nice.
And this man begins to wake up. Cold air is in his face. It is bracing. He feels, funny enough, he does not feel the location. He does not feel the rotation of the Earth. Flying, he feels better.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand he's flying, but he knows he doesn't feel the Earth spinning, and that's pretty freaking good.
Yeah. It's a good start. It's a good
It's
start.
a great start. Lo Fong,
By the
you
way,
see him
yeah.
start to, you can tell when he goes from unconscious to conscious.
Yeah. I'd have been keeping an eye on him. By the way, if anyone had any fatigue, you can clear it because of my
Right.
thing.
Oh,
Oh,
heck
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So when I see him start to regain consciousness, I'll kind of like move over next to him so that I can be there in case he starts to freak out from being, in the sky.
Yeah.
Prevent any unfortunate accidents.
Yeah, right now he does not recognize that he's in the sky. He has not opened his eyes. He just kind of, with his eyes closed, rolls his head towards you and goes, I. He doesn't really say anything. He starts to say a couple different things, but he doesn't really say anything. This man is not entirely. He really doesn't know what's going on, and he's not sure who he can trust. He just lays there silent. He's mostly given up.
I'll pass over the water skin again over to Lo Fong so he can hand it to him.
Yeah.
Because he's got to have a massive hangover still.
Oh
He
yeah.
does.
Get this man some water.
Right. He
Like, here,
appreciates
drink
that.
this.
Oh, is there no good chocolate left? I'm sorry, I was listening, but also I was reading the back of these trying to figure out if there were any good chocolates left because I kind of want one.
Fair.
Completely fair.
Don't think there are. All right, so I'm just gonna eat garbage chocolate, I guess, while I continue to tell this story.
Mm.
So he just kind of sighs deeply and he goes, I'll tell you whatever you want. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't care. He has given up. He'll just tell you whatever you want. So I mean, good news, bad news. Yeah.
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 Which way was your battalion headed before you abandoned it?
He tells you that they were supposed to meet up with the Navy. Ooh, and I pulled something in my neck.
Oh
All right.
no.
So
Oh.
they were here-ish, right? They were supposed to meet up with the Navy here and head back towards the Fire Nation. He was actually on a ship that was, once they did their little purge here, he was to be recalled.
That wasn't the same spot that we
No.
Okay. Just checking. Like.
Okay, so that means we have time. They're not gonna. You're not top of the list, and there's gonna be bureaucracy before people start looking for you. Useful.
You should be way within the Earth Kingdom by then, though.
He is. He goes, I don't deserve safety in the Earth Kingdom.
Well, that's where we're going. So unless you do something drastic, that's where you're going. But the real question is, I say you do deserve it, considering you did save a whole family's life. And you did something incredibly difficult by leaving your home.
His voice is hollow, and he just kind of goes, one family. One family out of a whole nation.
You did what you could. You're one person.
It's one
didn't have
family
to go.
more than a lot of other people did.
He doesn't. If y'all have any more questions or anything else for this man, I'm gonna make you roll because he's just. He doesn't. That's the end. That's what he's got to say. He did a family. He's now lost in contemplation. He's spiraling in his own dark thoughts.
Listen, I know this is hard. I went through the same thing that you're going through right now. But if there's any information you can tell us, recent information about what the Fire Nation might be doing next, or where other airbenders might be, so we can warn them that they're not the only ones. It would be appreciated and be a lot more than just that one fan.
Okay. I'm gonna say that that's the roll. I'm gonna have you roll plead, which is rolling with harmony.
Nah, I don't have a good harmony. It's fine. I'm gonna use, I got a 6, but I'm gonna use one of my +1 forwards to make that a mixed success.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, the NPC needs something more, just some evidence that this is the right course, some guidance in making the right choice, or resources to aid them before they're willing to act. The GM will tell you what they need. So he kind of hears you. He's gonna need, like, he needs that emotional support. He's too deep in his, somebody has to reach him. He can give you all that, but somebody's got to reach him a little bit deeper.
You were right before that you don't deserve to keep going after what's been taken, after who's been lost. Unfortunately, we're here. And unfortunately, our nation is lost. If we are to be at all, we don't have the luxury of falling on our swords. We are going to have to muddle through. It's going to hurt. We don't get to sleep yet. We have to suffer, because if we don't, it'll be finished, and we won't have done anything, and we won't have stopped it.
Nothing's accomplished by sitting on your ass.
There you go. The softness. He's too raw. He's done too much. He's done too much and not enough. But the roughness, that you don't deserve it, that he agrees with. I got chalk on the roof of my mouth. There we go. He wants to do penance, and that's what you are offering him. So now he sits up. And you still have that map, don't you, Wong?
I know one of us had a map,
Mhm.
probably.
I'm pretty sure it's
It
in,
was you. You had
Yeah.
you had a map of that was on its way to the Fire Nation of all the successful strikes.
Yes, yes,
Yes, yeah, we had
we
that.
did. All that stuff that I took from my grandpa.
Mm-hmm. And as you roll it out, this man is a treasure trove of information. He is telling you which strikes on these small outer places, not the temples, but places where they knew gatherings of air nomads, not just the monks and the nuns, but just the traveling caravans would be. And he tells you which ones were successful and which ones were partially successful, and that there were a couple misses. There were a couple times where they got there and either the air nomads were early or late, or for some reason were not there. What he tells you is that he thinks that there may be as many, they may have missed as many as 70 altogether on the sweep of this Western Front. On the sweep of the Western Front, he thinks they may have missed as many as 70 airbenders. That's not a lot. Jesus fucking Christ, that's not a lot.
No.
But fucking 70 more survivors than you thought there were. He can't give you anything else than that, though. He doesn't know where they could have gone. He doesn't want to know. He hopes he never knows. But he knows that they missed at least 70 and that it is vitally important. There are going to be important messages coming through. They have to find all of them. The Fire Lord wants proof that every single airbender has been wiped out by year's end. It's important.
You don't know why it's important, do you?
He does not. It's above his pay grade.
I figured.
Do you know what they did with the bodies?
I mean, yeah, they disposed of them. So the good news is they didn't just leave them around, but they disposed of them.
Imagine they burned a lot of them.
They did. It was Sothan's comment. They went ahead and did that. They cleared the battlefields.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just really need this chocolate all of a sudden.
No, you're fine.
And
Yeah, by all means, have that chocolate.
The good shit.
Make me want chocolate. Shit. I got dark chocolate peanut butter cups from Trader Joe's, so it's good shit.
rest as much as you need. Once we sit down, you're going to get cleaned up. Expect to test. Prepare to testify. That wasn't a request.
And he looks right and he says, testify to who?
Yeah,
The
that's
Earth
what I want.
King.
All right. And sure enough, he realizes for the first time that he's moving. And you see him sit up slowly and he's gripping. He can feel as soon as he puts his hands down, he knows that he's on. I mean, you really can't confuse being on an air bison for anything
Yeah.
else. You're on a giant living thing. Nothing feels like air bison fur. And you see him sit up. He's clinging tightly and he's looking around, but he musters up the strength to look over the edge of that saddle. He scans the edge of the desert for a moment and then pretty correctly aims his eyes towards the direction of Ba Sing Se and the walls, and he goes, oh, very well. So great news. You guys are so good at this. Look at you. You got all sorts of fucking evidence and stuff. Like last season, y'all were just 4 scrappy chuckle fucks with a hope and a dream and a shitty baby.
Hey.
We're still chuckle fucks.
yeah. Let's be real here. We never
And
stopped
now-
being chuckle fucks.
And now you're 4 experienced chuckle fucks
There
with
we
a
go.
letter of marque from a queen. You've got eyewitnesses. You've got paperwork. You have so much official shit. I'm sure
Half of us
this
don't
will-
want it.
This is gonna go great.
Yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
can possibly go wrong.
This is the Fortress City. They're going to take outside threats extremely seriously.
It's a slam dunk. There's no possible way that this could ever backfire.
Heard the Dai Li are some of the best detectives in the entire Earth Kingdom. They're going to be.
It's like an army. It's like an army of Batmans. Really.
You mean of wolf Batmans, right? Because.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wolf Batman. Yeah, you know that
That's so
never
funny.
quite rolled off the tongue. I never got why they went with that, but
Wolf Batman? Yeah.
yeah, Wolf Batman. I don't know. It never quite worked for me.
Yeah.
So over the next couple hours, y'all sit, you plan, you fly. You are 2 hours from the walls of Ba Sing Se. Is there any conversations that you would like to have amongst yourselves in either pairs or as a group?
I thought you said as a fruit. That's what I heard.
I did.
Well,
I said pears and fruit. No, I
as
have no idea what I
as a
said.
banana, I would like to give you my thoughts.
Okay.
Is it
I might
ring,
have
ring,
said as a
ring?
fruit.
What?
Like, I know some of us are fruity, Arnica, but
You're a banana, you're an orange, you're a lychee, and
A
you
melon.
are.
wait, who is who? Because we can't see who you're pointing at.
I know that's what makes it so funny. I did remember that. Lychee, go.
Sure, I'll be the lychee. I love lychees so much. They're so good. Um, I, as Wong, obviously, want to scooch over to wherever Kim Ji Woon is.
All right.
It's yeah, it happens without question. It do happen.
Okay. I know how big it is in the show, but I think you said Old Man is bigger. Like, how big is the saddle? How much room can we get between people at like the longest ends?
Okay, like the old man's saddle is the size of a decent. It has the square footage of a decent U-Haul truck. Like not the longest 28, but like it's got a good 16 feet of length and
Okay.
probably about 14 in width. It's damn near a square. He's a
Clearly
big
built by a
dude.
lesbian.
Clearly built by a lesbian.
There's like a solid couple seconds where like we both understand what's happening and multiple parties have consented to this interaction. Although you definitely see like some like a like he is trying to hide it, but you see some trepidation in Kim Ji Woon. Like he's not sure he's not sure what you're about to do.
You have 2 seconds. 5, a minute at most.
For what, are you gonna try to kill me?
I just give you like the most condescending look. I just need you to answer one question for me. No bullshit. No high and mighty putting on your mask. Oh, I'm a noble fire bender, whatever. Simple yes or no. Can you do that?
Sure, why not?
Did you go in with the intent to kill?
No. As a matter of fact, no. I thought I had control. I thought I was just going to keep him out. That's lightning. That's lightning.
Okay, then. I'll just like pop down, sit next to you. But I don't say anything else. But like, very much more relaxed vibe than it was like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Kim is like he's looking away, but he's not like trying to shove you trying to nudge you off or anything like that.
Yeah. We're just like this, sitting like buds right here. Kinda. Kinda like buds. All right.
Oh, that's great. I totally forgot Kimchi. I was absolutely behind. All of a sudden, my brain was doing a fast forward and counting down the number of bodies we done dropped this season already. And I'm like, wait a minute.
There have been a
I
good
forgot
number.
about them. Oh, shit. Oh, good
Yeah.
job. Oh, terrible decision. Okay, I'm caught up again.
And like, reality is, Wong no, he doesn't need to say anything else because everything else is already on Kim Ji Woon's minds. He knows the mistake he's made, and he knows he has to live with it. So
Yeah.
I got the answer I needed.
Lo Fong would actually talk to everyone on the way into Ba Sing Se. Just be like, it'd be like, look, I told you about my past. The group that I was part of was based in Ba Sing Se. And if they wanted to make a move on me for the things I know, the paper the queen gave me would not protect me from them. So if anything happens to me, don't don't come looking.
So you're saying is one person needs to be with you at all times.
I can try and lean on the family. We're plenty of us live in Boston. Say, don't know if anybody's done well enough to make it to the inner ring yet, but plenty of us live in Boston. Say,
Wait, you're not in the inner ring?
Are you?
Yeah, you know, I got a little, my mom's house is there, and I got it, and a nice little, bachelor pad.
money doesn't always guarantee status, and it's been a while. The last I checked, I think I had an aunt who was doing pretty well, but it's been years. Don't know how she's doing now.
I told you guys that my mom was involved with the university, right? Like, she's, like, an anthropologist.
Is that in the inner ring?
Does the university hire muscle
Yeah,
and
so
bodyguards?
here's the thing. You can work in the Boston State University system and live in the middle ring comfortably.
Yeah.
But there are certain people, like heads of departments, will live in, the artsy part of the upper ring. The arts and academic circle is on the outer part of the inner ring. It's right there where stuff is expensive and cool and trendy and blah blah blah. The cool section keeping the normals away from the extra rich.
Yeah.
And Chaim's mom is the head of the anthropology department for Boston State University. As such, they
Yeah.
live
They live in a
that
fancy house.
they live in the cool part
Yeah.
of the inner ring.
Yeah.
Why are you making
Meanwhile,
that face, Wong?
Gonna be weird.
What? That it's weird that my mom's rich? Ish?
No, being in fancy ass neighborhoods is weird.
Okay.
It was weird when we were at.
So here's the thing. I'm just gonna throw it out.
Did you just
there
get the
for you.
blankest look from Kim Jong-un?
Yeah. So hold on a second. I don't want any of y'all to worry about how you look in my particular section of the inner ring, because you have to understand something about the higher education ring of the inner ring. That outside part is that they like to pretend that they're poor.
That's just weirder.
It's very weird. I do agree, but it's like the things that the less fortunate need to just exist. A lot of the people on the inside consider that a trend. So, going in there, you just look like you're a very trendy young person.
I just kind of like give like exchange looks with Lo Fong, who's like the other person who's not like a fancy schmancy lad.
Lo Fong's still wondering how the conversation veered away from "Don't come looking for me if something happens."
Yeah,
So we should
because that's
establish.
exactly how seriously they took you. They're like, that's nice, sweetheart. So do my clothes blend in?
So we should establish shifts with someone sticking by Lo Fong, right?
I
No,
volunteer.
no, that's a bad idea.
Like, that's
Listen,
the exact
Lo
opposite of
Fong,
what I'm
between
requesting.
Lo Fong. I'll stick around with you. You can stay at my place, right?
They will, if they come for me, they will kill you and everyone around you to get to me.
They can absolutely
I
try to
do not
kill
want
me.
that to happen.
I know. I don't want it to happen either. What I'm saying is, I literally can tell when people are sneaking up on me. and it's really hard to turn off lately. So that's why I'm making the suggestion is, I can stay hyper aware for you. I'm not saying that our firebender buddies can't, but if you're gonna be around with someone, it's probably the one who's hard to sneak up on, because I can literally hear heartbeats.
He realizes he's not going to win this argument at all. So
Power of
he just
friendship.
he gives a resigned sigh and he says, fine. That if I tell you to run, you run.
Deal.
You're pretty quick to jump in the guillotine, so maybe let's try and change that mindset.
Oh, Wong, Kim Jun, you can also stay at my place. Like, I'm not gonna just, like, Liv Fong and I are not gonna just have, like, a one-on-one party. Like, you can also, like, I got a pull-out couch, so there's plenty of room.
I have family. It would frankly be an insult if I just ignored them.
What's your aunt's name? That she's doing really well.
Also, is this an aunt you like, or are you just going because you have to?
Kim gives you like the widest of course, sir or madam, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. What a strange question. She is the honored Lady Wynn, as she prefers to be addressed. And of course, I love and respect her. And I will pay my respects promptly, and more likely than not, having been gone for 7.5 years, I'll be expected to stay for at least some amount of time to catch up with everyone else.
All right, Mr. Camp, I just want to clarify real quick. Is this your aunt, like literally your aunt, your one of your parents' siblings, or is this your aunt, like a great auntie?
I like what I have in mind is like same generation, they're probably distantly related by some measure or fashion. But when he says on when like she means like he means that like she is in she has the kind of authority where she is everyone's mother and everyone's aunt.
So same generation as your parents? Or you?
Yeah,
Okay.
parents.
So
Like
like
no, she
20,
didn't.
20
Okay.
to 20 years older than you.
Yeah.
So in her 40s. Late 40s?
Late 40s, maybe early 50s.
Sorry, you said what? What's her name?
Lady Wynn.
The Honorable Lady Wynn?
Don't say that. Don't say that second word.
What? Don't say it.
Don't say that second word.
Why?
Cool.
Why?
I'm
You don't want
lost.
to know what happened to the last person who said that word.
I.
Who addressed her with that word.
I'm so lost.
What if she
Good.
What if she in certain situations, what if I do know what happened to the last person who said that to her?
That's not going to make it better.
You know what? I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure it's a very common name. I'm sure there's got to
Yeah,
be like
yeah,
3
it's-
wins. There's got to
it's-
be at least 3 wins. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
mhm,
It's.
Yep.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm sure it's
sure
a
it's
super
fine.
common name.
Just like Lee.
Yeah.
Mhm. Cool.
So The good news is that Bossing Say is not entry to Bossing Say is not as hard right now as it will be in a century. There are you do see people on the gates manning the far outer wall as y'all fly over it. One or two look a little surprised. They look excited with
Mhm.
as they wave at your. They can't see who's on it. They just see an air bison
Yeah.
up above. You're not waved down to stop. They just kind of. It's like, oh shit! Finally, yes, excited waves.
Been like a
Um,
month.
Mhm.
yeah, it's been like a month. People are pointing as you fly over the, farms and fields. You see that people are pointing at the old man. You are kind of like you're drawing attention. It's been so long since an air bison flew into Boston Say,
Mhm.
well over a month at this point. Um, and so by the time you get to the city ring proper, the first of the outer rings of the city, there are people just kind of waiting at the, there's a group of people waiting at the closest stable. The old man has autopiloted. He knows where to go. He knows that you don't just fly into the inner ring. That's not how it's done. You fly into the lower ring, and then all your little people get on the train, and the thing eats them, and then they go away, and they'll be back in a couple days. Boom. He understands how this works. So
So
he flies.
smart.
He
Such a good
is.
boy.
He flies to the stable, and there is an older woman. She kind of hustles out, and she looks shocked as shit when she looks up and sees all of y'all. None of you are not an airbender to be seen. Why is there so many not airbenders on this air bison? She looks confused, and so does the crowd of people behind her. Primarily they look like low-level functionaries. One or two like fancy people, but like not the mayor or anything, but definitely like the assistant mayor and like local people who have questions and can get answers. And all of them are fucking confused now. What the hell? None of you are fucking airbenders. They just look at you blankly.
Lo Fong has pulled up his hood to cover as much of his face as possible, by the way, at this point.
Absolutely. That seems like a wonderful idea. Uh, Kayam, roll me, call me, here, I'm gonna roll. Tell me odds or evens.
Evens.
All right,
It's a
it's
9.
odds.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't know anybody on site. None of these
Yeah.
people make enough money to live in your ring.
And it's not only that, like, when I
Air
arrive, I
Bison
usually
Say.
don't arrive by air bison. So,
Right? You
mm-hmm.
normally come in through like the western gate or the eastern gate.
Yeah.
You don't come in the desert way. You come in either the western or the eastern way through the normal gates, and they take you directly to the upper gate so that you come in like through the middle ring is the lowest you go, and you see the nice part over by the university, and then boom, you're into your
Yeah.
side of the upper ring.
Yeah.
Like you never come in this way. You don't recognize these people. They don't recognize you.
Yeah.
And they just finally one of them throws their hands up in the air and goes, "Now where are you're not airbenders? Where are the airbenders?"
No, we're not airbenders. Just slides off the old man. This guy, he's on loan, or well, he's a rescue.
Um,
We are on
three of them
official.
have absolutely no idea what to say. They're just standing there. They're like, "He's on loan."
Yeah.
We are on official business. And it's the imperiousness of somebody who's used to being obeyed. He just looks at the like lady who came out like this is this is the old man. I trust your facilities are sufficient. Uh, you'll be properly compensated. Just look up Just look up the G wounds if you need if there are questions or you need additional time. The
Now,
rest of you.
that is reassuring. Somebody knows the Ji-woon name. Bam. That's so reassuring. Lady Wen Ji-woon, boom. They understand. More importantly, that tone, that beautiful, familiar tone of somebody who makes more money than them and can give an order.
Ah,
Everybody has rotated towards you like flowers towards the sun, Kim Ji-woon. Finally, order has been restored. There are no airbenders, but there is someone who knows what money is. You, rich man, you will lead us. What do we do? They look at you and they're like, everybody is just waiting. Please give them some instructions. What do you mean official business? They love the words official business. They understand official business.
We were last in Omashu. We've had some sensitive communiques. Like he flashes the letter quick enough for like people to recognize like the seal and like like this is royal business, but not fast enough that people can start reading exactly what is said. Uh, we need this needs to be dealt with properly. And of course while we understand Ba Sing Se has its ways, we must insist on urgency. So please, anyone who knows, anyone who can get things moving along, your efforts will be appreciated.
There is, ooh, such whispers, such murmurs. That was so official. That was a seal. That is absolutely the Earth Queen seal. Oh, Mashu. And oh, poor people who were over listening, you sweep in the corners. All of a sudden, you notice there are a couple people less sweeping than there were. People have started. The rumor mill's already gone. People are. Someone has showed up. Blue blue. They're not airbenders. They're on an air bison. They got stuff for. They love it. They love it. So here's the thing. One of these men holds up his hand. He turns back to the others. They whisper back and forth for a moment, and they agree that while they obviously can't take you directly to the palace, Earth Queen or not, that's not how it's done. But everything definitely looks official enough that they should take you through into the upper ring and take you to see, you know, someone up there, someone more official than them can then tell them what the next step is. So they all agree. They're like, you absolutely do need to be, yes, you need to be taken. And everybody takes you to the train. Kayam, you're very excited because very rarely do you see the train from this part of the city. You don't come down this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's even when you're slumming it, this is not the side you come slumming it on. Um, so like it's really densely packed. The train is very full. They take y'all right to the first class car in the front. You're used to the first class cars being like half the train. There is a single first class car, and y'all are the only ones in it, as opposed to it being packed
wow.
with people going home. This is it's almost familiar, but it's also very weird for you, Kaya.
Yeah, I mean, but it's kind of like it's a little bit weird, but it's I haven't been home in about 6 months either, so it's just sort of like there is like this little bit of excitement because it's like, yeah, I also didn't tell anybody I was coming home. There was this really big party that had been thrown at the beginning of my tour and my career and just my adulthood into this world, and now I'm back. Probably about a half a year sooner than I expected, but just is it a holiday? I don't know.
Um,
Don't even know if my mom's home.
I also don't know if your mom's home.
Famous
I guess we'll
Tian.
find out together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the train starts to take off. It makes a lot of stops. It takes a couple hours to wind its way back and forth through town, up and around the spirals and the radiating spokes, in and out. Kaim, you're pointing out things locally. You're like, and that's that, and this is that. As we reach the middle ring, you start to be like, ooh, this. I you know, you're showing off. You're welcome to my
Mhm.
hometowning it.
Mhm.
Uh, Lofong, how do you feel as this train keeps spiraling up and inwards, tighter and tighter towards the inner ring?
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I'm
No,
doing it
Charlie,
because I
no.
have to, but I hate it.
Are you feeling paranoid? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you feeling frightened? Are you feeling angry? Or are you just deeply, unnervingly calm? How you feeling?
He's not paranoid. It's more just like he knows that he's walking back into the Viper's Den by being here in Ba Sing Se, and he knows that if they really want to come for him, that piece of paper from the Queen of Omashu is not going to mean anything.
You sure will. No.
Um, so he's like he's more wondering when they're going to make their move rather than if.
All right.
But
And
he's trying to like stay calm and focused and like not sure exactly how well it's working, but you know.
yeah, in fact, I'm gonna ask. Let's find out. That's a great question. How well is it working? Boop, boop, boop. Wong, can you and Kim Ji Woon both roll and assess the situation? Roll with your creativity, and let's see how y'all. What do you notice about Lo Fong?
All right, all right.
I would love to assess the situation.
A mixed success.
Full success.
All right, so let's start with Kim Ji Woon and your mixed success. Tell me what you see and what you think as you look at to Lo Fong, and then Wong, we will swap over to you as we move closer to the inner ring, and you can tell me the same.
So I think with Kim, right now he is a little he is a little bit distracted. Like yeah, for all that he is for all that he is used to being obeyed, used to being looked well, really he is not used to being looked to like this. In a like he is kind of coming
Mm.
from the perspective that he kind of has to jockey for people's attention. He has to front more than a little to get the kind of respect he is just getting right now. So people are actually just asking him questions, looking to him for direction, and he kind of has to focus to actually deliver that. Like think a little bit about what is being expected of him in this context. So like when he finally sees like Lo Fong looking, I imagine a little bit stiffer than usual. Like at first,
Yeah.
like at first it's kind of like he almost like briefly begins to like give an order like starts to give an order to Lo Fong and stops himself. Wonders like, it's weird impulse. Wonder we're headed to the upper ring. Is there something? And he mentioned. Hmm. And then kind of just like just sort of puts it back out of his mind as he like finally realizes, oh wait a minute, like uh I had better make sure somehow some way some messenger is sent towards Lady Wen Jimun notifying her that I'm here and where I am.
Fantastic. Wong, what are you noticing as the train is spiraling up this last large arc around so that you really get this beautiful overlook of the most gorgeous part of the middle ring, the university part. It's landscaped. It really shows off. It really hints at the lushness of the upper ring. It's a if you do good here, you can have this all the time kind of place. It looks great from the train. But you're not paying attention to that. You're paying attention to Lo Fong. What do you notice?
Yeah, so I know I've told people when I've pretended to be Wong that I've been from the Outer Ring. I've never been here in my entire life. This is my first time here. Um, but I don't even kind of want to be here, so I'm not really paying attention to outside because I don't know what I want to do. So I'm like looking at everybody, listening to Kim Ji Woon tell people what to do. He's in his element. He... Oh no.
We lost Casey.
Oh.
Do you want me to keep going or wait for Casey?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh no.
We are about break time.
Yeah,
so
let's
just
maybe
do-
go to
just-
break. We'll do it when I get back.
Sounds like a good plan. Just since we're
Alright.
at break, we'll do your inner monologue going up. All right, guys. We're going on break. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. See you soon.
Woo!
That is the wrong one because we're here.
That's so funny. I was still muted. Good job, me.
Okay. All right. We are clear audio and video.
Okay.
I think. No.
Yeah.
Now we are.
You went offline, didn't you?
Did
That
I?
is what happened.
Wait, hold on. It went offline for a second.
It says
Yeah,
I'm-
you're offline.
Yeah.
Oh. Damn it.
Alright, I'm gonna buy. I'll be back.
Okay, that's
Oh,
my
there
bad.
we go. We're back.
That's my
Ish.
bad.
We're online again. That's what happened.
Yeah, I accidentally, for some reason, decided to click stop streaming. I don't know. But
Yeah,
We're all
Look, we did it. Did we do
We
it?
got there.
Did we do it? Oh, I forgot to turn.
Hey.
Listen. Whoo,
That's
whoo,
hilarious.
y'all, we did it. We got back here, and we're all here. And I
Just
have
in time.
Coke that's not flat, despite being open since 4 a.m. this morning. I promise you.
Nice. I love that for you
Mhm.
that your Coke is not flat.
Yeah. It actually
I-
tastes like it's out of the fountain.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're back. We're here. We're going in a... Wong was having some sort of monologue.
Wong was looking at Lo Fong and not really looking out the window, not really admiring the scenery, which is beautiful. So go ahead, Wong, tell us what you are thinking instead of being like, wow, it's nice as shit up here.
It's nice as shit out here, and I am not gonna look at it because this is uncomfortable. um, I'll just kind of like go walk over to Lo Fong and just take a second, looking out the window, and be like, "Whatever happens, we'll take it as it comes. No sense stressing about it."
He nods. It's just like, if it were just me, I wouldn't care.
Aw,
Like I said, take it as it comes.
friendship. I love that for us. We're offline.
Uh-oh.
What?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
The-
it's
it
coming.
says
There
we're
was
not-
just a quick
okay.
internet burp. It's coming back.
there we go.
Yeah, y'all are still
Back.
recording, so it's
Yay.
fine.
Hey, there we go.
We
Yeah,
fixed it.
OBS had
It's
a
awesome.
had a
Everything
tiny little
is
burp.
fixed.
Yeah, just a
She's
little.
doing it.
I
OBS
didn't.
is
e-
doing
I
the
didn't do
thing.
anything. I just looked at OBS and it was like, oh shit,
OBS
she's
is the
watching.
she.
like so, yeah.
All right. So
It is kind of burping. So give me a second here.
with those words,
Mm.
with
Okay,
those
that's fine.
warm, reassuring words of yo, we'll get through this together. We got
Mhm.
buddy.
We're
The
all
train
in
kind
this
of
together.
the train kind of pulls in through the last set of big gates, slides to the side. And the train slides into the inner ring. Now, y'all don't get off at the first stop, but at the first stop, some people do get on who they're not close. They're not close friends or anything, kind, but they know your mom. They're neighbors.
Okay.
And so they kind of get on and they're talking, and just one of them double goes, Kayam, darling, is that you?
I take a moment to I look up and I take a moment to register this person. Oh, hi.
Yeah, it's Miss Opal. She's in her 60s. She
Miss
lives,
Opal.
she lives at the end of the block. Y'all live on the good end.
That's
She lives
right.
on the slightly older end
Yeah.
of the block. But you've known her your whole life.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, how are you? And she's sitting down. She's like, oh, more little. Did you bring some of your little art friends to visit? Are you guys going to do another one of your little shows?
You know,
And it's not even a condescending little.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah, she's actually like, yeah. No. You know, these are not my troupe. They're just the Actually, Opal, we've had some tragedy. I can't really talk about it. But we're taking care of some important business. I can't lie to you, ma'am. It's caused me to go on a little bit of a sabbatical. Didn't expect to be home.
Opal literally clutches her pearls. She is wearing pearls. She literally clutches them. She goes, a tragedy. I am so sorry to hear that. We will just, we will let people know not to, don't disturb you for the next couple days. Just give you some space.
Oh.
But we're so glad you're home, honey. And she just kind of air kiss on either
Mhm.
side of your cheek. And gets up and heads back towards her group. You guys are almost at your stop.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
now
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now all the eyes that have been focused solely on Kim Ji Woon are looking at you as well.
Hmm.
Some with disbelief and some with, haha, I was right to greet them as politely as I greeted everyone else. Good for me. You know, it's just some self smugness. Good for them. They risked it all by using their manners, and it's paying off.
Listen, the way that Kayam sees it, costs nothing to be kind. So, uh, because you'll never mistreat the wrong person if you're nice to everyone.
That part.
$5.99.
All you can eat buffet. Yeah. I give her a gentle pat on the hand. I'm sitting down on the train.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, do you know if my mom's home or is she out on an expedition or visiting somewhere else?
Oh, well, goodness. Let me think. I know that your mother had plans to be gone while you weren't away. I know she wasn't here a couple weeks ago. Has she swung by again? Let me, I don't know. She might be
Sure.
home.
Mm. Well, I'll swing by the estate and then see if she's there. And if she's not, I might have to crash there because I got more friends with me. So, my place is just little. I actually don't want to kick my tenant out if I don't have to, just because I'm back, right? Like I did promise them,
As she
a
laughs, she goes,
year.
"Oh, we all understand subletting,
Mm-hmm.
right?" And
Yeah.
everybody's nodding, because everybody's rich in this car, and everyone, of
Yeah,
course,
subletting. Yeah.
subletting you,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Airbnb, HEIR. Thank you, the good place. It
Listen,
is
they
what it
were,
is.
I mentored them their freshman year, and they needed a place to stay their sophomore. So,
Everybody's quite pleased with this. Oh, what a good boy. Everyone's happy, Kaya. But no, you don't understand. There's been a tragedy. No, we'll gossip about it later. Let's just, smile, nod, and get home. And so as they get off, everybody piles off the train. You guys, um, the vagabond with you, I don't forgot his name.
oh yeah, he's
He's
still
gonna
with
end up
us.
being Jet too. Everybody's gonna be
He's
Jet.
Jet.
Everybody's Jet. No, what he needs his own name. Lord, what's his name? He can be a Lee. He can be a Lee.
He's Fire Nation though, right?
Lee's appropriate. It's spelled with two
Lee is
E's instead of the I.
appropriate. Yeah.
I figured
Lee's the
it
name now. It's a cover name.
It's a cover
yeah,
name.
it's his
Yeah.
cover name. There we go. Whether or
He
not
goes by
that was
Lee.
his
That's what
name or
matters.
not, he's going by Lee now.
I was gonna
So
call him Haru, but it's cool.
no, I won't remember that one. I will remember Lee. Let's not
Gotcha.
get fancy with the 375 potatoes.
In
Every
a trench
potato one
cat.
of us will forget in a trench cat. We will
Yep.
forget. So, for example, I just forgot what we were doing.
It's
Getting off
okay.
the train.
We have our trench
Okay,
cat Lee with us, and you know, and we're
cool.
we're 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 heading straight to the palace. I'm assuming like that's the goal.
You wish you was heading straight to
God
the
damn
palace.
it!
So up
Yeah.
the street, if you head left, you know
Mm-hmm.
exactly where you are, Kyan. If you
Mm-hmm.
head left, you'll be heading towards your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
If you head way up the hill, you'd have to take a right and then go around the long way. That will get you onto the main road towards the palace. But all the functionaries have started moving in a group around y'all, moving y'all with them, and they're headed straight up the main road. They're headed
Okay.
towards, the local city governance for
That's
your
true.
neighborhood.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Is that the
so
alderman? Is it the alderman?
probably.
Might be the alderman. Yeah. So I get alderman. Boom. Words. Big words. Multiple
Boom.
syllables.
Proud of you.
I am, because I ain't got it. So freaking y'all are heading there. You're heading towards the neighborhood alderman. This is the person who does have the power to get in touch with the palace. Is who you're going to go see. You know them, Kayam. They're not terrible.
Yeah.
No, they're not an awful dude. He's old. He thinks he's funnier than he is. His jokes are fucking terrible, but he tells them with genuine good humor. Like they are terrible jokes, but he honestly thinks they're funny.
Yeah. This man told me my first joke, and and it was a dirty joke. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Is that a rhetorical question?
Okay. First dirty joke that this person told me. He looked at me and he's like, "Want to hear a dirty joke?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And he's like, "A white hippo horse fell in the mud."
Oh my
And
god.
Kim is like waiting for like there's like a solid 10-second pause where Kim is just expecting you to say more words.
God.
That is that is the reaction I also had when he told it to me. And the thing is, it's like, it's not funny. It's not a funny joke, like, whatsoever. However, the pain that it inflicts on everyone around you when you tell it, that's the funny part I learned.
Yeah.
Because it's like a game now. Like, now that you've heard it, you're gonna have to tell that joke to someone else one of these days so you don't have to suffer alone. Thank you all for sharing in my pain.
So one of the functionaries must have the exact same terrible sense of humor because they are giggling. They love that joke. You can hear them like repeating it to themselves under their breath. You can tell they're gonna go home and tell it to someone in their family and expect it to hit too.
Yeah.
Like like they think that joke's gold. They're not gonna understand why people don't laugh.
They're gonna go home to what they thought was a happy family, and they're gonna destroy it.
Got a joke that causes divorces. Like you thought you were happy, and then this joke was the final straw, and you realize you don't want to be married to this person anymore. Like it's that kind of joke.
So like true story. This is my dad's dad joke essentially. Like this is my dad's dad joke. I learned that one from my dad. Yep.
So you guys pull up to this functionary essentially, and one of the people escorting you just kind of looks around and clasps their hands. They look a little. They're trying to figure out the nicest way to say this, and so finally they just they're looking back and forth between you, Kayam, and Kim Ji Woon. They're not sure who to address, so they address both of you, and they're like, you and the members of your party can go ahead and enter this way. And for your servants, we have a lovely waiting room right around the corner. They are obviously looking at Lee, and you can tell from the corner of their eye, they keep darting confused. They can't tell if Wong and Lo Fong
Yeah.
are the help or part of the party.
Oh no. These are not servants. This is all of these are our companions. They're we're just all together.
There's just like a look on Wong's face that says like he doesn't like how you said it that way.
And the functionary just heaves a deep sigh because they're just Oh, you're one of the bless your heart. They should have known by your age. You're one of them who's like, no, no, my servants come in with me. We're all together. You know what? It's
They,
he'll
if they,
grow
if
out
they
of
like
it. It's
glance toward
fine.
like Kim, like they see like kind of like the same like half of the same look come over, and then he just like smooths it out.
The correct terminology
I'm not gonna fight this.
is entourage. This is our entourage.
You're very well. We will announce your entourage. And kind of does a little bow, goes in, and you can see through the window. It's a very open kind of,
Mhm.
it's a very beautiful architectural piece. Oh no.
Camera's really hating you,
Yeah, your
Casey.
camera is
It
having
It is
is.
yeah.
not
It
liking
is.
you. Do you need us to take a minute so you can get that straightened out?
Uh, no, I'll just put up. Hang on. I'll just put up something instead.
Yeah, because
You
it is getting
Uh,
to the point where it's a little flashy, so we just want to be
Yeah.
careful.
yeah.
Hmm.
Here we go.
Perfect.
There we go. I'll just.
I love that. That's
I'm here
hilarious.
for
Use
it.
that
Great.
forever.
Great.
We'll leave that while I fix my camera if I can.
Perfect.
beautiful.
Uh, so they're like, okay, whatever. Entourage. And you can, I swear to God, you can see just the
Mhm.
exhaustion in his face. You can see his lips very clearly go, entourage. Through the window. But whatever. It's fine. Everybody kind of turned, look out the window. You're just like, hi.
Are we really surprised that I have groupies now? Come
No,
on.
not really. And one of them, as soon as they see you, you
Mhm.
can see their eyes roll, not in a, oh, Jesus, it's Kayam, but of course it's Kayam kind of way. It's a
I I
subtle difference in
I
the eye roll, but
I
you know the
wink at that
difference.
person because I
Right.
notice it. It's not, and it is not subtle.
I mean, they're the difference between oh Jesus, it's Kayam and oh of course it's
Of
Kayam
course, it's
is
kind
this
of yeah.
that's what's subtle. The
That's
difference
fair.
is
Yeah,
subtle but there.
yeah.
So one of them is disapproving, the other one is oh this is gonna be. I'm so glad this is gonna be great because he's not getting in my line. You know.
Nice.
And sure enough, within a minute, that person she disappears, and the dude comes out exactly who you are expecting. This little, I've already forgotten the word we agreed on.
Alderman.
Alderman.
This alderman in his 50s, just, a big solid dude. He's round, he's got thick arms, he's got a very neat beard, which he keeps a little bit longer than is fashionable and much fuller than is fashionable. He likes his big beard. He thinks it's funny because everyone else has the thin one. He's like, all I can see is your weak chin. Do I have a weak chin? No one knows. You know, he's ridiculous, but he's great. Like, there's a reason he keeps getting reelected to this station. People like him. He's a jolly kind of dude. And he goes, Kaya, what are, didn't we just send you out of town? Didn't we just run you out of town?
Yeah, you couldn't keep me away from too long there, Alderman
Yeah, you get to
Tausu.
name him. Yeah, Alderman Taosu.
Yep. It's and I kind of look over at Kim Ji Woon. It's like we actually are here on official as a political envoy.
Business
He
from
starts to laugh until Kim Ji Woon, he sees your very straight face as you begin to talk.
business from the Earth Queen. I expect, and like he pulls out, like pulls out the letter that is there to be shown to people.
Mhm.
I understand there. I understand that there are procedures, obeisances, of course, but our business is urgent, and it is as unconventional as it may seem. We do need to be seen by the highest authority. as soon as possible.
Okay. And he does take that first letter, the one that's for common eyes, the one that's supposed to open doors for you. He reads it. He's the lowest ranked person who would be, able to, who would be who you would give this to. Good job, Mr. Kim. You know exactly what your political ranks are. You're like, bam. And you just see his face kind of gray out a little bit. Chaim, you literally have never in your life
Mm-hmm.
seen this man look so serious and so unhappy. Uh,
Is there a change in his breathing and in his rhythm that I notice?
oh yeah, you can, his heart rate goes up.
Mm-hmm.
His his heart beats a little rhythmic. He's not, in danger of a heart attack, but he's
Yeah, yeah.
definitely in shock
It's yeah,
as he's reading through this, because remember, essentially the cover letter
yeah,
still accuses the Fire Lord
yeah.
of conspiring against the Air Nation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is, for many people, this is going to be the first time that they're putting two and two together. I haven't seen any airbenders in over a month. Holy
Yeah,
shit, they're saying he killed all the airbenders a month ago, and that's why. Someone brings him a chair and he just kind of sits down in it. One of the girls from behind the desk comes over. She's kind of fanning at him. She brings him some tea. They're all kind of fluttering around. Everybody's looking nervous. People shut the doors. Um, the functionaries who led you up here are now starting to realize that they may be in. This was supposed to be small and exciting, and now all of a sudden this feels a little bit more serious. Like doors have been shut. They have
yeah.
swapped it over to a closed sign. They're kind of gathered like a herd of little chickens over in the corner, just kind of looking back and forth between the alderman and you as he looks you in your eye, Chaim, and he goes, "What have you gotten into?"
Um, like I said,
I-
we're an envoy.
He stands up and he puts his hands up on your shoulder and kind of cups your face again. Your mother
Yeah,
came home. Like, she had you in the foggy swamp, but she came home for a while when she was pregnant. People saw her pregnant with you. They've known you since you were a child. These people know you. This is your hood.
yeah.
He just kind of cups your face and he goes, "We," and he kind of pats it. He's like, I'll send word now.
Thank you.
Go see your mother
Oh,
right
she's.
now.
Oh,
If you move quick, you'll catch her. She's supposed to leave in the next day or so, but you know your mother. She'll go whenever the wind blows wrong.
oh, okay. Uh, okay. I guess I'm going. Um, okay. We'll check back here then. In what?
I'll we will come to you.
Okay.
Take these people,
We'll
take
be at my
he
mother's
looks serious.
house.
He
Yeah.
says, take them to your mother's house
Okay.
and stay there.
That's okay. Guess we're going to meet my mom, guys. This is great. Meet both my parents. Like, yep.
I
Whatever you do, don't ask what you saw in my dad. It gets, if you think I have a lot of TMI, my mother.
That question wasn't even on like the list
Yeah,
of things.
you know the.
you
Yeah,
say
I'm
that
saying
because you
here's
haven't
the
seen
thing.
his mom.
Yeah. Like, yep. Okay. All right, cool. We're going to my mom's house.
Right.
Thank you, Taosu.
Yep.
He nods. The functionaries all stay. Some of them stand as if they are going to follow you and then sit again at his very curt movement. They are being kept here. Lee hesitates as if unsure whether to stay or follow.
I motion
Are
you
y'all
to follow. Yeah,
Okay.
you're with us.
Lee
Yeah.
follows at the back, and all of you head down the street towards these, beautiful houses. They have these flowing lawns. They're manicured. They have pretty decent gates around them. They're very nice. They're not as big as the ones in the inner ring, but still they have yards. They're manicured a little bit more artistically. There's a lot more color used in this neighborhood. But it's a nice place that you guys walk into. And the woman standing in the kitchen just kind of she's not wearing much, but she's dressed. The shorts are very short. She's got her shirt tied. Um, sh- ooh, just so y'all know, Chaim got a MILF. Like, oh my goodness. Just know that she's standing there like the lights coming in and she's drinking her coffee. Her hair is down and the wind catches it as she looks over her shoulder. Like, everybody takes 2 points of Chaim's mom is hot psychic damage.
Except me.
Joke's on you. I don't like girls.
And okay, you take 1 point of wow. Or you briefly go, would I? Like, I don't normally, but maybe? No, but I had to think about it.
I appreciate what she got.
Yeah.
Right. Because I will tell you, like, as a gold star lesbian, there are still some dudes where I'm like, wait, would I? Maybe? No. But I thought about it for a minute.
Yeah.
You know? And Chaim's mom is hot like that.
Yeah. You should meet her friends. But and here, to be very clear, my mom is probably in her late 50s too. She might even be in her 60s because I would say she was about 40 when she had me. And I'm 21, so she's even like, yeah.
Right on the edge.
Yeah, she's proper. And she takes care of herself. Her skincare regimen is phenomenal. She's got this just very wispy dark hair that just comes down, though it's in a bun, I'm assuming right now, because that's how she sleeps. Yeah.
She has pulled it out. Y'all caught her in the middle of shaking it down while she was drinking her coffee. Like, you caught her in full, just too beautiful moment. Beyonce woke up like this.
Yeah. And I'd be like, hi, mama.
She chokes on her coffee a little bit. The moment is broken, and she just got coffee everywhere.
I got it. And I just like pull the water like right out of her face. Like, don't do that.
She comes the rest. She goes, "You, oh, you little shit!" And she runs over. She's so happy to see you. Just kisses all over. Yeah, she's up on her tiptoes. She's got your head down so that she can kisses all over the face. She's like, "My baby."
Hi.
And she stops and she looks at the rest of them.
Kim looks like slightly viscerally afraid. Like this is not the kind of familial greeting he is used to or expecting. Like, what's going on?
Okay, I would also like to point out though, like, she is like that with me, but as soon as she looks at the rest of you, there is like this cold dead stare. Like, just like, oh, there's other human beings here that I actually have to interact with.
Yeah, and then she just stop.
Yeah.
Went from super comfy, cozy, sexy mom to
ice queen,
frightening, sexy statue mom. Just Oh,
Yeah.
we have company.
Yes. So this is my entourage. Um,
Glare.
Yep. This is Wong. This is Lo Fong. They are not related. This is, and I say Kim Ji Woon. Yes, I nod as she probably like looks at me.
She does. She gives you
Yeah.
really.
Yes. And um and this is what's your name? I asked the guy. I asked Lee. Like we kind of pick. I never, I haven't talked to this guy yet very much, but he's part of the entourage currently.
The way that she just rests her hands on her temples just looks like such a practiced, familiar gesture. She just kind of, one hand just cradling it, and the other just sips her coffee, and she's like, of course, I was on my way out. I I'm supposed to leave tomorrow, but you don't understand. There is absolutely the most interesting things happening on the edge of the Siwang Desert. I heard that it's the annual, they have this honey that some of the sand vendors gather, and it's
Can
used
I,
in a
Mama,
what? And she just kind of now she look. Yes,
right now, I would advise against traveling.
Kayam. They only do this ritual once a decade, my love. What
Mama,
on
I need
earth
you to,
could
I
be?
need you to sit down.
She does. She kind of just perches on a stool and she's okay. She's waiting.
And I
She
tell her from the beginning.
because
Hmm.
that's your mom's. You can tell your mom anything.
Yeah.
So you do. You
And
tell
I
your
do
mom.
it in the way that she receives information the best. And it's matter of fact, a little bit cold, but it's just like I'm making sure that every word that comes out of my mouth is as factual as possible. She's a scientist after all.
Factual. It's scientific. It's
A coping
and you just
mechanism.
it is.
Mhm.
Her mouth gets tight in the corners. Her eyes narrow. She's leaned forward. And there are times when you see a real banked heat in the back of her eyes sometimes when you mention anytime you were a little bit in danger. You see a warmth when you mention that you went to see your dad and you talk about how Sami and your dad and Jolie.
I do leave out one detail.
Hmm.
I did not let her know that I killed a man by boiling him alive. I avoid that detail.
All right.
And I'm sure
Everyone
everybody
who was
else
there
notices.
notices,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you right now, you clock your mom. She
Mhm.
knows that you have left something out. It
Mhm.
was in the catch of your voice, or maybe you paused too long. You don't know. You're
Mhm.
not a mom. I'm not giving away her secrets. But we got secrets. We know. We know when you're not telling us. We
Mhm.
know. And so uh
Got a
she
mama.
doesn't push, but
Yeah.
she knows as she lets you finish.
Mhm.
She takes a breath and she goes, well, that sounds like all the more reason to go right now because there will absolutely, her hands are shaking a little bit, just a slight tremor as she's busy starting to pack things. She's like, this is absolutely, the Earth King will not stand for this. And the water tribes, when the North and South hear about this, there will absolutely be movement on the Fire Nation. We've seen several wars like this in the history. If I don't go now, there absolutely won't be a chance in 10 years. Um, she's not processing well. She has exactly one thought in her brain, and that is, well, this is all gonna go badly. I better do as much as I can right the fuck now because obviously I'm gonna need to stay home soon.
Mama, do me a favor.
Hmm.
Just take the night to think about it, please.
Of course, baby. I just you and your entourage go make yourself comfortable
We're
in
here
the
until the
East
king
Wing
fetches us.
till the king fetches you. Of course. Go get comfortable in the East Wing. I should at least I should at least bring it up to the dean that I may have to postpone this trip. I oh goodness. There's just so much. It's rather terrible, isn't it, Kai?
It's, I think it might be the most terrible thing I've currently ever lived through. And I'd like to keep it that way. But you also told me to be a realist. So as much as I hope for it, I understand that this is just the start of it. But what I'm saying is, don't make it worse for me by going get yourself killed just because you want to see a ritual that you've actually seen already before.
Oh, Kai. I'm hardly going to get killed. And yes, I've seen it before, but this year I was invited to partake.
Oh, you partake? Oh man, hold
First-
on. Like,
Cactus water and
yeah,
vulture honey wine.
yeah.
Kai, am very few papers have been written from a first-hand point experience. This is I could be back within a week.
Take the
You know
night.
what? I will let you. I'll wait.
Tonight,
I'll
please.
wait.
Tonight.
We'll talk about it tonight.
Thank you.
And she gives you air kisses on the cheek, and she goes and just hisses it in your ear very low. You stay away from Lady Wen. Okay, I'm going to go talk to the dean.
Okay, when she does that, I immediately look at Kim Ji Woon and I am blushing. Like,
Kim,
you catch
Kim,
it.
Kim deeply misinterprets the meaning of that look. There is like actual animal fear in his stance. He starts like backing up towards the door.
What did you do?
What? I didn't.
No, this is Bear. This is Bear out of character.
Listen, he
Did
did not hear what he
Kim's
didn't hear.
aunt?
He didn't.
You know
he
what?
didn't
So
hear.
here's the thing.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. When you're in your prime cougar age and you're upper class and you ain't got nothing to do except shop, spend money, and make sure that your muscles is tight, that your tummy is tight and your ass is fat and your titties is tittying. Well, sometimes you get wine drunk and you and your frenemy have a real big falling out because mayhaps you let your frenemies like 19-year-olds seduce you.
Wait,
And by which I mean you
wait,
your
time
frenemies
out.
19
I would
year
like to
olds,
point out.
but you let them think they did it. Cougars. Terrible. Stop sleeping with 19-year-old boys.
I was 20. She was
He's 20.
42. What?
See?
Still a cougar.
Still a cougar. And
Still,
cougars
I
hunt
would like
fawns.
to point out that we had, I learned my best moves from her. What?
Listen. All Kim is getting out of this is that She whispered, and then you looked at him and blushed, and
What?
you blushed. You
I
blushed, and
blush. Yep.
that's not. Don't
Hmm.
want
He's
to be
so
here anymore.
uncomfortable.
Don't
He
want to be
don't
here
want to
anymore.
be here no more. But
Anyway, let's go to the East Wing, which is my wing. So, it's I haven't been here in about a year, but it's cool. It's cool. I will get tea and pastries and sweet buns and spicy nudes for us, because I don't know about you, I'm hungry, and honestly, guy whose name I still don't know, you could use some spicy noodles right now.
More water.
Fantastic. I need to visit my family. They haven't seen me in most of a decade.
We should stay here. I could send for your family.
Mm. Mm, mm,
What if you're
mm.
gone and we get called by the king, bro? That's my worry.
Does
They'll know where.
bureaucracy
that
usually
is a
go that
valid
fast?
concern.
They'll know
I
where to find.
this is gonna go faster than normal. Yeah.
You can send.
Okay, but is it still going to be within the next couple hours?
I mean, honestly, probably. I would.
Mhm.
As funny as it would be, I do not recommend that Mr. Kim split from the party right now.
Yeah, and he's like he understands like enough bureaucracy. Like they actually took him quite seriously. Like
Yeah.
he could tell that, and like you can clearly see like he is struggling anyway because he does not want to be inside of this situation, and you are telling him to go further in. And he is trying to look for a way out, and he's not finding it. He doesn't like that. Doesn't like that one bit. Uh, I think.
Uh,
Okay. It's it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I am going to regulate my breathing. Little blood
right.
flow to the
So,
lungs. We're good to go.
Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit? Why don't you describe your wing of the house? Tell us a little bit about what it looks
Uh,
like, who all's over there, how it's laid out.
Interestingly enough, one of the first things that you'll notice going into my wing, and especially into the hall that leads there, is there is a railing on each side for support, for accessibility purposes. There are no stairs, it is all ramps. Um, there is a lot of bonsai because I do like trees. But not just bonsai. There's a couple other like stone fruit trees in my personal garden that are not. They're in bloom, but not in season right now. Um, and there's like a canopy that kind of goes onto my garden, a little patio that is meant for company, and the outside furniture is all very cozy. There's like even a little place for a fire pit sort of thing. I have my own, not necessarily like kitchen, but wet bar sort of off to the side as well. Just like where there's like drinks and, well, right now there isn't like any kind of fresh snacks, but I'm assuming that the staff is. We don't have a big staff. Very well paid small staff. Quality over quantity, and we pay very well. Not only do we pay, my mother is a big supporter of the unions. Like she didn't start it or anything, but she told her staff, it's like, I only hire union workers. So well paid staff. And they're probably starting to get everything together. You can definitely see like there's also like an equal sitting room on the inside, and then there's three doors that are one is going to be Kayam's bedroom, then he has a guest suite, and then he has a studio that's another room. So yeah, that's what he's got.
Okay.
And of course there's a latrine as well.
Yeah. So you guys head over to the East Wing. You get to see this beautiful space that Chaim leads you through. It's open, it's airy, it's very smooth. Lots of houses in the inner ring.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like stacked. They are built of smooth, like the earth is bent. They're craftsmen.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Lots of real organic, sinuous curves. And as you go through and sit down, the staff comes in. It's not like Chaim said, it's not a big staff.
Yeah.
They have a cook, they have a head of household, and they've got like one maid that comes
A
in and one
custodian.
maid that
Yeah, yeah,
stays.
yeah.
Okay, so one who comes in and one who just kind of stays so that she keeps the house running when everyone else is gone, when Chaim's off and Chaim's mom is off. She's the one who makes sure there's someone in the house feeding the cats, watering the plants, blah, blah, blah. And so it's her, the permanent full-time older woman. Her name is, no, you think I'd write these things down, but
Maya.
I
Her name is
don't.
Maya.
Her name is Maya. Thank you. This is your staff. You named that.
Yep.
Her name is
Yeah.
Maya. And she comes over. She's just as thrilled to see you. The kiss that she gives you on the cheek is actually a kiss on the cheek. She's, oh, Kaya, I'm so sorry for whatever happened that interrupted your show. I just love the rehearsals. It was going to be your biggest show yet, but I'm glad you're home.
Oh yeah, it's good to be home too.
So is there anything you want? Just your normal when I get home food? Do you want something special? What do
I
you?
would love my normal when I get home food, and so any food allergies, I look at my buddies.
And now she's looking at y'all. She goes, is there anything you want? Anything in particular? We can whip up just about anything.
This is definitely a spicy nude kind of group, especially that one. And I point to
And you
Kimchi
see her just
Rose.
kind of sigh and roll her eyes. She can't. You still call him? You a grown ass man, dog. You still call him spicy nudes? Like it's that kind of face. She's like,
I
yes,
am a grown
spicy
man,
noodle bowl.
Um,
And she says it very clearly. Yes, we can prepare a spicy noodle bowl.
Wong has been pretty quiet since we met Chaim's mom and just like shakes his head at the no allergies question. S- Spicy noodles is fine.
Yeah.
And whatever's seasonal right now, as far as the fresh fruits, are there any of the softer cheeses available from the spider cows?
Uh, yeah, she looks at you. She says, I know what you want. I will bring you food to eat
Okay.
and food to play with. Do not mix the two.
I don't. I don't mix the two. Y'all get comfortable. I have to pee. I really do actually have to pee.
That's hilarious. Kai and Val both
IJ.
disappeared to pee. And Maya, heads back into the main portion of the house to get food together, leaving y'all there with Lee, who is he's just sitting in a corner by himself. Y'all can talk to him if you want to, but if not, he's just going to sit there and contemplate the terribleness that he's done.
Wong just takes a spot at a random, like, comfy looking chair, finally takes the pack off, carrying all the crap that we have been carrying.
Mhm.
He was blushing. Why was he blushing? What? What did she say?
That is such a
Chaim was
valid
blushing?
question.
He was blushing. He looked right at me, and he was blushing. What? What did she say?
Did you hear it, Lo Fong?
I did
wasn't really
not.
paying. I was not paying attention. Usually, Chaim's the one making people do the blushing.
I don't.
You just have to ask him yourself.
I fully endorse that. You should totally ask Kai what his mom
I
said.
don't. I don't.
I don't know if I want to
If
know.
you really want to know, you ask the person who knows.
Do you? Do you really want to know, Kim Ji-woon? Don't worry about what I'm doing off camera.
Lo Fong kind of coughs. And it's like, some things are better left unlearned.
So just sit and accept the disappointment of not knowing something.
Know something?
I don't know anything.
I know a lot of things, but not why Kyan was blushing.
Something to distract myself with. I need to make sure messages get sent out. I am. If I'm not careful, I'm going to inadvertently offend my aunt, and that's not good for me.
I'm sure someone can send a message for you.
Yes, and I'm sure I need this, and I'm sure I need it to be sent on my behalf. Otherwise, she might find that offensive. This is important. This is important. This is important. And clearly, in an effort to just distract himself from this, from that damn blush, because that's me. That means something. He doesn't like that. It doesn't want to think about it anymore. Especially not a day and a half after kind of badgered out his sexual habits.
Which, by the way, I'm not telling anyone about. Like, and this is about time when I return. Oh, wow. No, that was starting to get painful. I mean, that was straight from the air bison to here. Do not recommend, by the way. Hi, I'm back, everyone. Just
Yes.
sighs and, like, melts into the couch to kind of see things go a little limp. And he's just like, I am never going to get used to delivering bad news like that.
Kim, do you want to know? I'll ask for you. Just
No, what? What's going on? Everyone
I just look at you waiting for your answer.
What did she say? You've
That made
never
you
reacted
blush.
You've never reacted like that before. What did she say?
Oh.
Do you want to tell the truth or do you want to tell a lie? Because if you want to lie and get away with it, I'm gonna ask you to push your luck.
I sit up and put my elbows to my knees and fold my hands like this. And I'm gonna look up at Kim Ji-woon and it's like, the Honorable Lady Wynn was my mentor in hedonism.
There's just a barking laughter from Wog's direction, which I don't think anyone's ever heard.
Kenji, he called your auntie out. He said your auntie has loose morals. He called her Mrs. Robinson. He said he's known her biblically. What you gonna do?
Breathe in, and then through his nose, there's just this long exhale, and at first there's a couple of sparks, and then there's just this long smooth flame. Starts deep red, and then as he starts to near the end of his starts to near the end of that exhale, it is very briefly this bright white.
This what?
Lo Fong kind of walks past Kim Ji-woon, puts a hand on his shoulder, and says, I told you some things were better left unlearned.
Yeah,
Maybe you learned your lesson.
I shouldn't be surprised. This is not the way you think. Not reacting the way you think. Very concerned about how she is going to So I'm sure she knows exactly where I am right now, and I don't know how she's going to react to that because I'm sure she also knows exactly where you are right now.
Will,
And I
we didn't leave on bad terms. Like,
I can't tell if
Good.
that's worse or better.
she and just
don't
sh-
elaborate.
yeah, we didn't leave
Don't
on
elaborate.
yeah, no, we didn't leave on bad terms. It's just more of that, like, she was a student of my mom because my mom's about 20 years older than her. She's about 20 years older than me. She was a student of my mom. Yep, in fact, she. You know how some people are about student, and when I say student, I really mean like not the way I was your aunt's student. But
That's the exact opposite of do not elaborate. This is fantastic.
yep.
Like Chaim is just caught, cannot
And
stop
my mom
himself
just
from
wasn't.
over explaining.
See, here's the thing. We are not on bad terms, but she's not on great terms with my mom. That's yeah. But gotta attend all those same social events, which is what Kim Ji Woon. I would like to assure you, however, that no bastards were produced that I know of.
If Kenji won't come across this table on you right now, I'm not gonna make him roll.
I just
I'm just gonna let him. I'm just gonna let him whack your ass with 3 hits.
Like you said that I know of, and you actually like you see his pupils shrink, and he's not moving.
Real Housewives of Boston say it's so good this season.
I lean over to Lo Fong. I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with any of this.
This is rich people problem.
This is rich people problems. Very rich people with too much money on their hands and too much time on their hands. Real
Find
Oron
out
High
that you
School Host Club
accidentally
shit
slept with
going
your
on.
boys,
Very
auntie.
Oron High School Host Club shit.
Yep.
This is
I
great. I
was
had no
president of
idea
my
this is
host
where
club.
this episode was going today. I'm so glad we're here. This was not the
We're
goal,
just
but what a great destination.
We're just further showcasing that Kayam's just a little slutty. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little
It's
bit.
great.
Yeah.
Here's what's going and there's just like a couple seconds where like you start to wonder if he's actually breathing, and before like he's finally, here's what's going to happen next. We're going to stop talking about this. I am sure at some point in the next few hours, Lady Wen Ji-woon will make her presence known, or at least her intent. Hopefully, we will not have to touch this topic ever again.
You know what? Not on my accord.
In the meantime, I'm going to go outside and find something else to focus on.
There is a very cold pool in the garden.
How interesting. And then he just immediately just
Not how interesting. Just, woo.
I am all of a sudden very interested in this cold pool. I am leaving. I am Kim Ji Woon.
So
I
Kim Ji Woon.
promise I have no other secrets as I look at my other companions and this one guy whose name I don't know. But is probably very happy to have some salty fluids.
Lee
Salty
looks up
fluid.
from where he Lee looks up from where he's sipping at his broth from where Maya's been laying things down. And he looks at you over the cup and he goes, "If you slept with my auntie, you deserved it." I just kind of keep drinking.
Flipping beautiful. The drama, the high class drama.
Yeah, this is some
Hey.
days of our lives.
This is. I told you, Real Housewives of Boston say not the episode I thought we were having, but the episode I'm glad we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Lofong's just thinking in his head, I've ended bloodlines for lesser offenses than this.
You have
Listen, he is-
literally been paid to wipe entire families off the map for less than that.
Listen, the only sign that there's ever been that you said those words to Kim Ji Woon is a burn mark on your floor that is never coming out. And frankly, you should be thankful.
That's okay.
Oh,
As long as
And-
it's the floor and not the bonsai, we're good to go. If you touch
it
those
is-
bonsai, I'm gonna tell you something, sir. Next full moon. In fact, I don't even need the full moon at this point. I just gotta stop walking. Ugh.
Daddy.
You can touch
Yeah,
the floor,
yeah.
that's fine. I don't pay for those. Just not my children.
Oh, fat nuggets. Fuck off. Go play.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah. Just kind of look at my other two friends and I'd be like, what did he think? You know what? I know what it was. I know what he thought. He think my mom wanted him. And I can assure you she doesn't.
I assure you that I don't think that was not what Kim went through Kim's mind.
Hmm.
Okay. That's
He's so straight laced. I don't even think that thought crossed his mind.
oh man, you don't that is true. Which by the way, which is why I assured him that no bastards were made, because apparently that is that's a problem in his family. And I'm just sitting here a bastard. Trying to not be offended by that.
I'm just gonna eat these spicy nudes.
You know what?
It's good. It's
Right there in front of my
put
salad.
They put some kimchi and in there. That's the secret.
Ah, yes.
And while you all are talking, while Kim Ji Woon is pacing out in the garden, let me go ahead and set the final scene for y'all, and then we're gonna pull out and we're gonna start doing our closing stuff.
Okay.
Because we only got 15 minutes left and we still got to do our closing questions and stuff.
Yeah.
So as y'all are sitting there, let's pull back and look at Boss Sing Say a little bit at a time. First, we see our group, Team Old Man, sitting around enjoying their noodles in the room. There is a Fire Nation abandoner with them. There is a loyal family servant with them. There are also eyes in the house that should not be there. You would think that Kayam could feel them, but Kayam can't for a very good reason, which we'll talk about later. You pull back a little further, you see Kim Ji Woon stomping around in garden. He ain't broke nothing, but he's mad as hell. He's leaving little hot footprints on the dirt. And he finds the cold pond. He's thinking about dropping some fire in it. And then you see there's a turtle, duck, and there's some koi. And you can't even make the pond hot. So now you're just sitting there steaming. But the baby turtle ducks think that that's very funny. So they're like, so you can't even be mad because they're just all gathered around you, just looking at you. Meh, 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 wang, 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 wang. It's super cute. It's the cuteness with your rage. Great juxtaposition. There are eyes on you, Mr. Kim Ji Woon. They are from outside the garden, but they have a clear visual on you. They see you. Um, Approaching down the street, there is a very, very high placed person from the palace. They are being carried in a palanquin. There are two members of the Daily walking on either side of this palanquin. It makes its way winding from the palace towards Kayam's house. And on the other side, right where the art district ends, and you start getting into the fancier parts of the inner ring, Mrs. the Honorable Lady Wen Ji Woon has received word that her nephew has entered town. She has also heard that he's entered town with Kaya. With that in mind, setting ourselves up for both political intrigue and episode 2 of Real Housewives of Boston Say, let's go ahead and start working on our outro, shall we? Let's start by doing our questions, which I totally have in front of me in just a second. Growth questions. Bam.
Okay.
Found them. So, everybody, we're going to start with, I'll just go around in a circle. I don't know. I'll point someone in a minute. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yes. Several
Wait,
things.
what was it?
The
I want to say
G-Woods
no.
are
What did we learn?
There's I don't know, all the intrigue within the party is certainly interesting.
Not
I
the
don't-
world.
I was about
Not
to say,
the
Yeah,
world.
I don't know.
I'm
Not
gonna
the
say
world.
I would say it
no.
was exciting and interesting.
What's exciting and
Not the
interesting?
Kayam gave the D to Lady Ji Woon.
Not the world.
My boy doesn't care about that.
But that's exciting. Okay, so you don't get a point, but everyone who
fine.
found the gossip book exciting gets 1 point.
I didn't learn about it, so I don't get the point. I already knew this. I knew this the moment I met Kim Ji Woon. Okay.
Oh shit!
And I
Is it the
was
same
just, and I
Ji-Woon?
was just like, that family name is really, and the
Like, there
closer,
must-
and it's like, you know what? There's just a lot. No.
For people like Lofong, that kind of like internal intrigue is actually useful to the tradecraft.
Yep.
So
Indeed.
that is actually interesting information about the
Okay.
world.
You can get your point.
Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
No,
We've
didn't.
created at least
Yeah,
one community
even
problem.
Right, really, we
we've
have
created a
made-
few more.
We've made community problems this week. And did you guide a companion towards balance or in the session at your center?
I ended
Negative.
at center.
I've been left of center for a while, which is where I like
I'm
to
right
be.
of center.
Unfortunate.
In that center. There's not a
Bam.
Mhm.
All right, and now we go ahead and everybody read me your individual question. Let's start with Casey.
My individual question: did you try to make amends for past mistakes or prove you're a different person now? Not really this time.
I'm sorry, it just says lurk drunk, and I just approve so much. I wish you should have been lurking 15 minutes earlier. This Real Housewives of Boston Say would have hit so good. All right, Kim Ji Woon, what is your personal growth question?
Did you learn something meaningful or important about your lineage? Its
Oh,
members,
did you?
or its
Did you,
effects
Kim Ji
on
Woon?
the world and others? Goddamn right.
You're goddamn right, I did.
You definitely learned something about your lineage and her effects, didn't you?
Ah. She
Her
assimilated
nasty.
into the culture of academia.
Yeah, that's what the kids are calling it
That's what they call
nowadays.
it these days.
Yeah.
Wong, what's your personal growth question?
Did you get a friend to join in or approve of one of your bad habits? Not today.
And Kyle, what about you?
Um, did you express gratitude to a companion for their presence, support, or teaching? Not today. In fact, I was kind of nervous that everybody was there.
Yeah. All right. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's go around. Let's do our outros in these last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get wrapped up, and then
All right,
head
everybody.
out
Thank
for the
you
evening.
so much for coming and showing up for episode 4 of Smoking Ashes. We'll be back next week with episode 5, all the way until the finale to episode 10. You know, barring any emergencies. There's other stuff happening on the channel as well. Starting in January, the second week of January, we will both have a premiere of The Old Gods of Appalachia. I was going to do it next week, but we're going to do it in 2 weeks instead because I need more time to prepare. As well as our Mass Effect 5e game run by my friend Emma. That's gonna, and somebody else is in that game too apparently. Like, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm also gonna be turning on Girls Run These Worlds in a couple weeks. We have our session 0 for Monster Hearts, season 2 coming up next week. So we'll be back live, producing that. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Blue Sky, join my Discord, all that great stuff. And yeah, who was before me? Like,
Mayor.
Mayor, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social media, Archmage of Dice. Um, I am not doing too many games right now, just this game. Every Friday at 6 p.m. here Eastern here on Valdrian's channel, and on Saturdays, we're not right now because we are on our season break. But I play over in a game called Horizons Call over on Sword and Key. We will be returning on January 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern for a Q&A session, and then the season 4 premiere the Saturday after on the 20th. Um, that's all I got.
That's an amazing amount to have. It's excellent. Obi.
Right. Yeah, I was Kim Ji-woon, but elsewhere in other places, you can find me on Blue Sky and the Bird app, formerly known as Twitter, uh, as at Joseph Dyson. That's JOSADISON. And one fine day, you might even find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Shinobi. But you will definitely find me back on the 13th for a brand new Mass Effect actual play as the extremely reliable, impossibly trustworthy Diamant Pockets. Cannot wait to see you there.
Fancy.
Oh, that doesn't sound at all alarming.
No, not at
Casey.
all. I have complete confidence. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm Casey. Socials are there in the chat. Uh, this is the only game I'm in. But I also play Blood on the Clock Tower on a few different places. There's Clockwork Productions. There's Trades. Uh, you can follow my music stuff on my Twitter, and there's a link tree in there. Actually, a new video I'm in just came out earlier today. A cover of Cool Cool Mountain from Mario 64. So yeah, good stuff.
Fantastic. All right. And thank you so much, everybody. I'm Arnica, your GM. You can find me on pretty much every social media: Twitter, Twitch, Hive, Blue Sky at Arnica X Ross. Uh, I'm the director of operations for Girls Run These Worlds, as well as the GM for Smoke and Ashes. Girls Run These Worlds will be back January 2nd from Go Dark Week with some exciting new news. Our first show of the year will be Monster Hearts 2, freshman year, spring semester, which Val will be in. We cannot wait to launch it. We can't wait to let you know the exciting new things we have coming up for 2024. And if for any reason you find yourself in this weird liminal week between holidays where you can't hibernate and you're overly full of cheese and you don't know what else to do, well, we did just finish a month of holiday one shots over at Girls One These Worlds. 13 of them, cozy things, terrifying things, weird shit. We have it all. Oh my gosh, I also plan to fall asleep after this stream. It'll be great. Um, so, go check it out. Val and I did a Bluebeard's Bride together.
It's so
It was
fun.
great. There definitely wasn't man eating reindeer. There were. Oh, everybody's eating too much cheese. White people love cheese, and Christmas is full of cheese. You're all so full of cheese by January 2nd. It's great.
There's no such thing as too much cheese.
Not me, though. Fuck with my guts. I'm nimble. I'm cheeseless. Like a panther in the woods. And on that note, I'm gonna let y'all go for the evening. Thank you so much for being with us, for enjoying episode 4, and we will see you next Friday for episode 5.
Yep, and just let
Bye,
everyone know,
everybody. Oh,
we're gonna be rating Arbitrary Sketch. They're playing some Mass Effect 5e, which is what also happens on this channel. So yeah, give them some Raptor roars, and we will see you next week. Bye.
hell yeah.
Bye.
Raiden time. Let's go.
Raiders, Raiders.